labor. It's changed into this whole lifestyle. Those are the solutions for intimate partner violence. I hope you found them helpful. And we need a change of it. But another thing of the solutions I was thinking was the accusations of rape and sexual this and sexual that. Our whole this whole issues that we have. First of all, it stems in a few fundamental things. One is the lack of understanding of gender. One is the lack of understanding of human nature based on hormones. One is the lack of the understanding of the nature of the substances we consume, and the other is lack of understanding of our sexuality. And the other one would also be uh, there are a whole lot of things that people fail to understand. So, in matters of I was thinking about a service like an online service called Consent. Yes, it's quite of a simple one, like a app for consent. You know, the app for consent. Because people are always concerned, oh, he raped me, no, she didn't rape me, no, she wanted me, he said he didn't want me. In the end, the victim's word is the right person and the was the wrong person. So we need an app or a process for consent. We need like a methodology. We can't like start this whole sexual, this mating, this intimacy. You know, the intimacy between human beings. It can't start off as love and feelings and all and end up in a legal cesspool from now onwards. You know the workflow. Do like animals have those things where they work all make out and then they have like, oh yeah, we'll have like a crow murder of crow meetings where this person did this one and the thing. That whole workflow about getting to know like sex, having like becoming intimate with a person has become like a major liability that is going to be a destruction to a person. So there's a 40% chance that if you are intimate with a person, your life is going to be like a total destructed, like forever. Oh, you go to rent a car. Oh, you are guilty of intimate partners. No, we can't. You can't rent this car, my friend. You can't. You might, like, you never know what you're gonna do. We have right over here intimate partner violence perpetrator. No, we're not allowed. So the app consent for the app is pretty easy to do, but there's I was thinking about you also are good ideas. You also have to think about instead of just throwing them out. You have to think about the causes, the way they can be abused. So once you get somebody's consent, you can do anything you want to do them. There has to be like a process. We have to have a workflow process to right from the beginning. If you want to like make out with me and suck my balls, then you might as well get it consent, in an API with like a hash map with a UUID that yes, I want to suck this man's balls. And so you can't claim, he can't claim that he has wanted to do something wrong to me or has done this and not done that and he's not done a wrong job and he has used too much of suction power like the vacuum cleaner and it has gone and disappeared. One of the fine jewels, crown jewels is missing due to the excess use of sex thing, and I feel like intimate partner violence in the act of, the suction power was misdirected. So, what are the exceptions about giving consent? So, the devil's in the detail. That's again, I've been thinking about it for the past 5 or 6 years about a consent app because that's what you need. Some people, even this whole process about getting married and what is common law and minor law and all those things, it all has to be uploaded right in front, right in the beginning. We can't be like, oh, we think like all based on you having slugging Budweiser and Michelob Arts. You're all drunk, pissed up, and thing, and then later on you go like sleeping around with, get intimate with anyone and anytime, anyhow you like, and then you're not in your conscious state of being, and you have this lovey-dovey assumptions. You got to write at the upfront. It has to be like a prenuptial upfront, right at the beginning. You are you have to know that if you are intimate with this person, if you have a child, you're going to know what kind of custody you're going to have with the child, what kind of parenting program you're going to have with the child. Are you going to go and divorce each other, or are you going to go the route of fucking up each other's life for the rest of your lives? Like what exactly all that thing has to be, you have to do the checkbox right at the beginning in the consent program. You know what you're getting into with intimacy right over there. Instead of making it into that intimacy, you're going to say, okay, you will be losing all your money, you'll have no parental rights, you will not see your children, you will not get to name your children, you will not have the right to see your children anytime you want to see them, you will not tell your children to do what to do the thing. All those things you will check box right at the beginning of your intimacy adventures in a form of consent. Because this thing has gone lost its thing. It is worse. You're talking about the Salem's Witch projects and how the witches of Salem were prosecuted and decimated and killed and burnt at the stake for various things. Likewise, this has been done. Of course, there are exceptions to the rule. Like in olden days, this everybody knows when they're talking about a death penalty. Everybody knows that the legal system is flawed. You ask a freaking judge, he will tell you that he is 100% not 100% sure that the legal system has made the right order. That is why many legal professionals and attorneys do not support Jim Carrey, do not support the death penalty because the legal system is flawed. That's the only reason why many people do not support the death penalty or justify the. That was the justification, I think, for the federal. Anyway, I'm not going to go on the legal system, but likewise in consent, there's a disconnect between what your romantic notions and what is going to be intimacy and the effect of your intimacy. When you are intimate with a person, you are drawing on a whole lot of liability. Yes, you are letting them come 6 feet minus 6 inches closer to you. You are expressing your nakedness to them. You are presenting your nakedness to them. And once somebody is intimate with you, they know your vulnerabilities, they know your asserts, they know your things, they know. As slowly but slowly it is. So you are exposing yourself to extreme liabilities in both ways. In eventually, even if you become a victim, in the end, people are going to you're going to get punished if you are found guilty of intimate partner violence. There's no way. That's the end of you, my friend. That's the end of your freaking career. That's the end of your being. Yeah, that's your end of your life. That's the end of your lights. That's the end of your human rights. That's the end of your. You can go for programs. You can do crap. You can do anything. You can address your whole situation. Like you can go for therapy. You can go psychologist. You can go do anything you want. But that thing is going to stick with you for the rest of your life. Especially if you're going through any kind of legal system. So, Getting back, this is already too long. I've already spoken too much. I'm repeating myself. The whole thing. First of all, the solutions are be assertive. Be assertive in your sexual needs. Be assertive in your emotional needs. Be assertive in your expressions, in your communication. Assertiveness is the key to happiness in certain ways. Yet again, there's one of the funny shows by like Dave Chappelle where they say, "I will show them," or getting keeping it real, keeping it real, taking it the wrong way. Yeah, keeping it real is a different thing. I'm not talking about keeping it real. I'm talking about being assertive in your communication. Second is intoxicants or alcohol. If your whole relationship revolves around alcohol, there's very high likelihood that you're going to experience intimate partner violence. But in the beginning, you might think it's really helps me express my animal sexuality and my basic instincts and my bestial nature, which is wonderful. But you also, with the bestial and the animalistic, you wild animal thing, you also opening the little door of when you press the wrong button for the tiger. If you step on the tiger's tail, what's going to happen, my friend? Stepping on the tiger's tail, the tiger's not into. That's what happens when you're drinking. The tiger comes out. Same with the stingray. You step on a stingray, like how that poor fellow Stephen died. It's natural, like psk, he's gonna get you. But consider the temperance moment. Do a little historical archive check on the temperance moment and what are the causes and why alcohol. So alcohol is like a serious factor over there. Without to take away alcohol, the person is like a beautiful, wonderful gentleman who will sing you some fine love story songs like Mr. Gordon Campbell. And what's the fine song? Yeah. Or like Randy Travis. Or like Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt? Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. I like to use them as a fine example. Brad Pitt his total career is like ass now. You remember how hot Brad Pitt was? Do you remember Aniston and his friends and all the things about Brad Pitt? There was always Brad Jolie and Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. Did you remember those things, my friend? Didn't you now? There was a time where Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt were like the poster children for the prevention of intimate partner violence, along with the Mr. Horseface Mike Bolton. Michael Bolton, the Bolter, is how am I gonna live without you in your love? You heard the song, Mr. Horseface, Michael Bolton? Yeah, they were all poster children for the prevention of intimate partner violence. The Huffington Post was all over it. Yeah, that's how I've been following this whole system the past 16 years. I've been observing the progression of life. And guess what? Recently, or not even recently, 4 or 5 years ago, 3 years ago, Brad Pitt, intimate partner violence. He has the tattoo on his brain, on his face. He can't act no more because he has the intimate partner violence tattoo on his forehead. It's in bold letters. It's in the 54 format font. You can't do no nothing, man. You was no good, Brad Pitt. You're no good. You're no good. So let me guess over there what happened. It's the drinking, sir. You ask Mr. Brad Pitt if he don't drink. Now, what happened to the good Brad Pitt, about the friends Brad Pitt and the lover boy Brad Pitt, who was the advocate with Angelina Jolie, poster boy, about the prevention of violence, intimate violence prevention? or awareness or whatever it was. It was awareness, no such thing as prevention. What kind of prevention are you going to do? There's nothing about prevention. There's nothing about solutions. All it's awareness and milking the situation in many ways to get more fans. Like Mr. Michael Bolton, I'm pretty sure 100% it's not because he believes in it. It is 100% because research shows that Michael Bolton, he mostly has like female fans. And like female fans are more in support of intimate partner violence. Yeah, that's how credible people are. But again, Brad Pitt, what happened to Brad Pitt? He's guilty of intimate partner violence with Angelina Jolie, and they find adopted children and all that. And so that was the end of Brad Pitt. He's trying to do some various comebacks by doing like all kind of crap shoot movies, but he's not the same that he was. Or is he? If I was Brad Pitt, I would say, yeah, take up the word about alcohol, the effects of alcohol, the correlation between alcohol and intimate partner violence. So the solutions are quite simple. One is, like I repeated myself, alcohol and consumption of substances that are, like Wally substances. And the other one would be communication, assertive communication. And third is upfront consent. We need to get a grip on consent. Consent has to be right in the beginning, and right in the beginning of the program. If we can't download this and make it into a sin and a commitment and destroy people's lives, like total, like there's the list of the men that have been slaughtered to all these things about sexual crimes and intimate partners violences. And again, if 40% of people are guilty of it, then it is human nature. If you're going to make something an epidemic, if intimate partner violence is being declared as an epidemic in Canada, then it is part of the human behavior, or it's part of the system. It's a systemic problem. If it's a problem mostly fueled by the flowing nature of alcohol. Alcohol in Canada has become like a alcohol. Canada is guilty, like 100% guilty as sin, as criminals call it sin, of destroying the what was the movement in the uh, the American temperance movement was destroyed by Southwest Ontario. The millionaires of this country. That's how Canada was built, with bootlegged. Yep, Canada and the whole history of the southwestern Ontario is based on bootlegging, on destroying the temperance movement, on pissing on that poor Miss Mary Bestwich of Kansas, who has taken the time to go out to the saloon and destroy all those kegs of bourbon. You would destroy it by supplying and restocking it with Seagram's whiskey. And then Seagram sisters and Seagram people, they want to donate money to the big sisters and big